Pastor Alvin is the head of EAM in the USA, but he's not a Fountain Gate pastor. He's not. He has his own ministry, Soul Restoration Ministry in Columbus, Ohio. So EAM, to make it clear to us, is non-denominational. Okay. Founders of ministry get weak, and especially if they started the ministry from a place like Bogatanga. If it takes 10 years for somebody to be weak, if you started ministry from Boga, it will take you only 1 year. You'll be tired. No, you'll be tired. And that is why sometimes I'm so thankful to God when I come to a place like Toronto to come and do EAM. And I approach Prophet Kofi Danso and I say, I want to come and do EAM. And he says, Papa, I will support you. I will support you. Because you know what? Another pastor can say, you've been speaking in my church. Now you are coming to do EAM. Why? He will fight me. You know, some of the things you receive, and you receive them freely from the magnanimity of people's hearts, you are likely to take it for granted. I want to thank you, sir, that instead of fighting, you rather took hold of the hand of Archie to help him. I don't take it for granted. And all the pastors who are here, I don't take it for granted at all. Fact of it is that when you are doing ministry, you get tired. And I want to talk to you about one of the greatest warriors of all time. Everybody knows him, David. 2 Samuel chapter 21, verse 15 to 17. Moreover, the Philistines had yet war again with Israel. And David went down, and his servants with him, and fought against the Philistines. And David waxed faint. And Isbi Benob, which was of the sons of the giants, the weight of whose spear weighed 300 shekels of brass in weight. And he, being girded with a new sword, thought to have slain David. But Abishai the son of Zeruiah succored him, and smote the Philistine, and killed him. Then the men of Israel swore unto him, saying, Thou shalt no more go with us to battle, that thou quench not the light of Israel. The realities of warfare is this: that there is a time when the main general who is fighting has to stop fighting and be a light to the people. When I turn on the light in this room, the light will not hover the floor. The light will not pick up a microphone. The light will not play an organ. The light will not nail anything to the wall. The light will not turn on air conditioning. The light will only illuminate this place. And the rest of us and the machines will see and do the work. But in the kingdom of God, unfortunately, when the people are even weak and they are old, they are still working. And then we just keep watching them. Keep working and working. And the older they become, sometimes they become senile. And dementia is beginning to set in. I know a certain pastor who became senile, became demented, and started preaching strange doctrines. And his church leaders were sitting there and complaining. We don't understand what he's saying. The man can preach for 2 hours and start from the beginning, because he has forgotten he has preached for 2 hours. So his minimum sermon was 5 hours. Church started dying. Elders and everybody was complaining. Truth is, they had not grown and matured enough to take over from this man. And at an age where he's supposed to be resting, the man is still preaching. Many of the people we criticize, if we could do what they are doing, they would have stopped by now. But the truth is, these men get tired. They are worn out. No, they are doing something. You know, I have leaders who complain about me all the time. And there are many. The only thing is, when they complain, I just know God is against them. There's no way God can support them against me. No, people, it's not possible. The only way you can complain against me and God will support you is if you can show me many people who do what I do from Bogatanga. If you can show me 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100, then God may support you. Because if it was that easy, many people will be doing it. But I tell you, it's challenging. You are dealing with a ministry who, the land on which the church was built, the desert pastures, my wife and I contributed 70% of the money. The land on which our school, Desert Pastures, is built, Mommy and I contributed 100% of the money. You are dealing with a ministry where you come to Bolga and every building you see, every land you see, my wife and I financially contributed not less than 60 to 70% of the money involved. And we started doing it when I was 27 years, 28 years old. I'm 60-something. We are still the number one financiers of our ministry. Now watch this. And you tell me you never want to see me frustrated. And if I am frustrated and I complain, then you, the one who is not doing that much, you have the right to talk. Now, Jeji, do you have the right to talk? No, you should have retired me long time. If you had retired me, I will not be complaining. But I'm telling you, at this age, the man will get tired. When a car is very old, the exhaust will release carbon monoxide. If you keep using the engine, and the car is 20 years, 30 years, you hear and you are busy shouting Listen, you should have bought a new car, and this old car will not be there. So you understand? So sometimes I hear people and they are like, and then some are like, somebody should advise him. Somebody, you can't. You cannot advise something which is breaking down. It's a breakdown. You see, it's a stage where something is breaking down. You cannot advise it. You can't advise an old car. Huh? Why are you not advising your gray hair? Even when you advise it with a dye, after 2 weeks, it will return. Advise your gray hair. I advise your gray hair to stop growing gray. Then you take dye, black. You can even use bitumen. After 2 weeks, it will go back. So the best way to advise them is to take over. You take over the thinking. You take over the doing. You take over the activities. And that is what Claimer Canada is doing. Claimer Canada is saying, we want to take over. You see, God gave you the mandate for the ministry in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, onto the uttermost parts of the earth. But Pastor Eastwood, you don't have to worry about Canada. We will take over. The people said we should stop saying Canada and say Canada. I said, not for my tongue. We want to take over. When you look at this scripture well, you see a few things. Number one is warfare. Moreover, the Philistines had yet war with Israel. The battles are ongoing. It's warfare. Ministry is warfare. Period. When you come in, principalities and powers, thrones and dominions. And when you leave Africa and come to Europe to come and do ministry, it's battles. Sometimes even at the immigration, when they are receiving you in, you can see you've gone into a jurisdiction where there's warfare. And that is why when Alvin, who is a U.S. citizen, Abby, he's a U.S. citizen, and Alex is a U.S. citizen, it's better for them to fight battles in America than for me to come with green passport. I think our passport is green. As soon as you put it down, green, black. Black face, green passport. As soon as you put it down, then the warfare starts. Intimidating questions. Intimidating questions. Where did you buy your bag from? Oh. I went to a hotel to check in New York. There is a room we had, which was a nice room. And you have to check in from the towers. When we're approaching, the woman standing there felt we can't come here. She pointed us to the other place. You know the way they do it? She said, go there. And that day, I was a Christian. Whenever mommy is around me, I'm a Christian. I try not to stir up anything. So sometimes I say, Wallahi inda matana ba shinanga. Wallahi inda matana ba shinanga. If my wife was not there, now God, that's who are you? I would teach them sense. I would teach them. I grew up in the army barracks and in Sabozongo. Whenever they do it and I remember my wife is there, then I'm like, Tribler. So that day mommy was there and then I come down. So I went to the other place and they checked us in, did everything. And they said, we should go to the other place and take the lift and go up. So we're now going, and this lady now saw us coming back to her. She couldn't even apologize. She was just smiling. And I smiled back at her. And as for our chief administrative officer, she just said, and just ignored her and went up. But, battles and spiritual warfare. So the Philistines had a fight with the people of Israel. So the warfare continues. The first thing I want you to note is that ministry is warfare. What we are doing here is a battle. Okay? Number 2 is the winner. The winner. And David went down and his servants with him and fought against the Philistines. Any group of people who are in constant warfare, they get addicted to a certain winner. No, so Fountain Gate Chapel is addicted. Desert Pastures is addicted. EAM is addicted. KIA is addicted. And they are addicted to Eastwood and Ava. Because you are the winner they have. You are the striker they have. Prayer, they want you there. Preaching, they want you there. Finances of the ministry, they want you there. Sometimes, although you are not a very intelligent person, like me, I'm not intelligent. I'm not an intelligent person. So even when it comes to intelligence, instead of they using their intelligence, they want to still depend on your stupidity, which they have glorified to be intelligence. So at a point when you are expecting them to think, I didn't do masters. I think my daughter Audrey, you have a master's by now. Yeah. So I was not schooled up to your level. Archie has a master's in architecture. I don't. Angus just got a master's. I don't have. From bachelor's when I married, I graduated from being a bachelor. My only master's is marriage. And both of them are MBAs. I have a master's in marriage. Because that's for marriage, by the grace of God, I can coach you. See that though I'm a local man, when my wife finished speaking, I try to hold her hand. But we get addicted to the winner. Every group of people who are in battle must be careful the way they depend on a a winner. So when you have EAM, America, Britain, Germany, you are conscious of the fact that you started a ministry in an impossible place called Bogatanga. And one day you'll be dead and gone. And you need a system and a group of people who will outlive you. So that when the winner is becoming weaker, some people are taking over